In 4th grade, I had this mean girl phase. There was a new girl who came to our class, and she was super tall for our age. And before she came, I was the tallest girl in the class. Now, I'm not even saying that proudly. It was something I was embarrassed about. I was a chubby kid. My hair wasn't always done. I had crooked teeth. If you're like me and you grow up in a predominantly white school, you know that you are hyper aware of your differences. But I was also hyper aware of my differences from even the other black kids that were in my school. I felt already very strange in my body. I was just not abnormally tall, but I was a very tall kid, while having really low self-esteem about my weight. It just added on to how I felt about myself every day looking in the mirror. So here comes this new girl. She's also black. She's also very tall. And she's also very awkward. I mean, she was probably a good almost foot taller than me. And so right away, all the other kids were making fun of her that she was so tall. The difference is that this girl always had a smile on her face. Everyone thought it was the strangest thing that she was always smiling. And not just a polite little smile, I'm talking full teeth. And so at recess or wherever at lunch, when the other kids would be making fun of her, including myself, she would just smile. She wouldn't even say anything back. She would just keep smiling. And I remember it got to the point where we were really bullying her really bad on the playground. And we were saying something to her in line about some kid said some terrible joke like, how's the weather up there or something, and she was just smiling. And I looked at her, and in the meanest voice I said, why are you always smiling? You know, her mom, her dad, her grandma, someone had said, smile through your day, no matter how bad it is, no matter how scared you are. And she really stuck to that. And I remember in my little insecure heart in 4th grade looking at her and realizing it, like, this is her game. And I had realized she's smiling because she's hurting, and she's smiling to avoid showing us that hurt, because she wants to, someone has built her up. Someone has encouraged her and told her she's amazing, and she's going to hold on to that through her smile. Throughout that school year, I became her friend. And she genuinely was a happy person. She was a really well-meaning kid. And I wish I could remember her name, because I swear I would look her up and send her an email or something, try and contact her and just tell her how much she impacted my life. To be so young and to know how powerful it is to still stand tall, to look forward and have a smile on your face and know who you are and have that strength, I think is phenomenal. I'm sure she's a phenomenal person today. It's a lesson to me now. I have a choice to either lose all awareness of who I know myself to be, or completely own it, completely be there, be present, and know that I can meet any challenges. And if I can't meet that challenge, I can ask for help. I can figure out another way. I can figure out a solution. There's always a solution. It's almost like, why don't our minds grasp onto something so simple in the moment? And it's because those other emotions rise up, those other insecurities rise up, and they blind us in the moment. We crumble and bend, and we begin being the bully ourselves. We crumble and we bend, and we give up on something. Or we start shouting, we lose our cool, we allow those other emotions to win over that peace that we know that we have within us. Right now is the time to find that joy. And I promise you can still be as powerful, as strong in this world through joy. It is not a weakness to smile, despite the horrors that we see around us, despite the state of the economy and politics and people ruling the world. It is not weakness to have a smile on your face and move through that joy. Help others through that joy. Impact the world through that joy. Change your life through that joy. That is strength. you always meet that one lady, right, at the library or at the park or on a walk, and she's smiling, and you're like, does she just not know what's happening in the world? Is she oblivious? Is she in that age group where she's just like, you know what, it is what it is, let me just be happy? Probably, but also she's probably wise enough to know, you know what, in this moment I can either choose to look down at my feet and, drag my body through the world because I'm at this age, or she's choosing joy. She's choosing to move through the world, interact with others, make her day filled with joy so that she can impact the world in a better way, uplifting the world, positively changing it. We have that power, and I'm just discovering that for myself. I'm discovering that through my art, through these videos, through my words, my actions, my interactions, through how I love the people around me, how I interact with strangers. I hope wherever you are today that you find the ability to discover that joy within you, to smile, to become aware of the light that exists around you and within you, and you can spread that to others in your life.